Oh, right. No. There we go. Can't forget that thing. Oh no, you ever just not look in a mirror and then see that your hair was all unfloofed? You ever do that? You ever just not have your camera on and not see your hair is horrible? No one will love me if I don't have a perfect. Who's gonna love me now? Funny. All right, wait. Do I look good? I mean, yes, but do I look good right now? Sure. All right. Meow 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 meow. Arena weeklies. Weekly announcements. Oof, man. Logically, I should purchase this. So I will. No, I can stick around for a bit. I actually don't hate discard spells here. How come Davriel has nothing to do with discard, but like the actual one does? What does proliferating do? Not that much. Can look at it after. Maha? What? Don't worry. We're playing it so I can practice not getting upset. Me and Davry will have to go into a bit of couples counseling right now. I like Sign in Blood. Gonti? Well, it costs 4. We haven't got there yet. I like Nashi. Breathe Your Last? I love how this is a common, but Hero's Downfall was a rare when it first came out. And now we have cards like this. That's funny. No, we're doing whatever. I can run Buried a lot. No, I can't. That's dumb. Go blank. Do we have the rare one? We don't. I have 2 still in this deck. Right? Oh, jeez. All right, well, all right. Wouldn't open. Yeah, there's 2 in here. It feels more powerful when it is a rare. So... What's that card that steals from your opponent's deck? The Nazguls have been impressive. I don't know if we want to do that again. Those have been very scary, though. Maybe for the sake of the viewer, I should just stick to 1 art, though. I'm not against that. Gonti's 4 mana, isn't it? We're still looking at 3 mana cards. Unless there's another Gonti. Oh, I said that's 3 that steals. No, there's a different one. It's like it's a 3 mana card, and it smacks your opponent, and you steal cards. I don't know the name of it. I don't think it's a real card. I don't think it's a real card. So it's like Heist or something. It could have Heist on it. It's an enchantment creature. Yeah, I like Creation of Avacyn on turn 1 with Dark Ritual. Oh, it reset my spot. Ugh. Hmm. 4-mana slot is rather consumed by Davriel. So, there's that. Hmm. Ob Nixilis is interesting. It draws cards and kills stuff. Technically, you can win the game as well. It's alright. I don't know if we're a Tergrid deck. Tergrid is pretty good, though. I don't know. Maybe not. Nuka-Cola Mirelurk. Didn't we scam someone like unbelievably hard with this? Or were we one? Someone got scammed. I think we scammed our opponent. I can't remember. Something absolutely egregious happened with that. It was rather recently, too. I've seen Massacre Worm more times than I think I've ever should have seen it. Same with this card. We could just run Thought Distortion out of spite, and I could just prove to people why you should never run this. Why not? We didn't do it last time. Breach is probably okay. Not playing Mana Rocks, I'm almost certain is incorrect. Well, where is it? Oh, there it is. Here it is. Discard lose life menacing card? I don't know what that is. Yeah, this thing. You can just randomly win the game with this. I can randomly win the game. What better life? What better life to live? All right, what are you talking about? Discards life, but it's also a menacing. You mean Torment of Hellfire? Is that what you're talking about? I think you're talking about Torment of Hellfire. Oh. Wait. Where is it? Yeah. It's probably better in like the Liliana where all your swamps tap for 4. But I guess I also no, I don't have Mana Rocks. I would want Mana Rocks. And I think I do want Mana Rocks, so all right, maybe because see the Nazgul are actually just totally fine. In order to play more unique cards, I think I'm not going to play the Nazgul. It's a pretty good spot to... Oh, but they're so good. Ow. Stronghold? What? Oh, yeah, that's fine. I haven't actually really looked at the lands yet. They all have Death Touch, right? Whenever... I have like won a lot of games because of Nazgul. I don't know if I want them though. I played them last time. I don't think I played them in Davriel. I played them in Liliana. But I don't know. I think that's a mood thing. I don't really want to play them. We are running board wipes. I could finally just man up and craft Damnation. Alright, why not? We're doing it. We're doing it. We did it. There it is. There it is. It's expensive because it's worth it. Maybe. I think buried treasures discover. It just always feels good. Final parting as well. There's no like. No, maybe not. Did I put this in? Ugh. Wizards, please. I did put it in. Okay. Ujin? Oh. Wait, why? Wait, hold on, wait. Why did I say that? Why did I get excited? This has no redeeming qualities. Never mind. I could run an Eldrazi. I don't know about Sire. It can. Oh, the One Ring? Isn't it in? Oh, whoops. I was gonna add the One Ring when I was talking about the Nazguls, but then I took the Nazguls out, and my brain's like, oh, you also take out the literal One Ring. Yeah, no, that's like a Davriel staple in my onions. That is a Davriel staple. Oh man, I can't wait for these card sleeves to snap me back to the top of the page in the middle of browsing them. Ah, nice. Oh, lands. How does this one exist, but then they made the blue one in the same cycle? Probably Radiant Fountain? I don't like Urborg. It does turn some of my non-swamps into swamps, but it also can potentially benefit my opponent, and I don't think I'm... I don't know. Just for Cabal Stronghold, I'm not, like... I'm really not sold on that. Okay, you know what? We'll see. We'll We'll see. Oh yeah, we can Swamp Walk with my favorite creature of all time. I think it's the only one. It is the only one. It's so random. It's such a random ability. I don't have any idea why it's on this card. It's so they're like, would we give it Menace? Let's see. We just gave at the time we just gave Grave Titan Death Touch, but we can't give this Vigilance. Because Elishnorn, we can't give it like Haste. Urbrask. We can't give it Trample. Vorinclex. What do we give it? What do we give the mono black swamp riddled creature thing? Oh, we'll give it Swamp Walk. Because it has spider legs. We won't give it Reach like all the spiders in the game. We'll just give it Swamp Walk. And then you know what? Sheoldred didn't even keep Swamp Walk. It's only in one card, bro. They gave it Menace. Oh, I get Death Touch as well. This is probably a good... They were probably going to give it Death Touch, but they just gave it to Grave Titan, like, too close to, like, recently or whatever. I don't know. Why does this have Swamp Walk? Actually, on my Sheoldred, it's kind of funny. I didn't do this on purpose, but, where is it? It's in none of my decks. Alright, it's not in any of my decks, but I have a foil... No, I don't have this version, but... I have an original foil in the word Swamp Walk because it just the card is so beat up. The word is like scraped off almost. You can't even see it. You literally can barely see Swamp Walk on it. We could actually unironically run Valgavoth. I actually really like Valgavoth. It's not good, but like I'm just so like I'm a fan. I'm a fan. What are we looking at? 40? With these? Alright, 39. Fight me. Okay, so we're here with Davriel. Just to test my cortisol levels. We're going to see how long I can go without getting upset. We're in couples counseling with Davriel. Rather toxic relationship with this one, so I'm going to do my best. Alright, the main goal is to just not verbally complain. Alright, we're going to really try to do that. And Davriel is the ultimate test. I've set the difficulty slider all the way, right? We're back in the sewers fighting rats with 400 fireballs. We're really trying not to get upset. And there's also new cards and stuff, and we've happened to just play monocolored, what was it, red and green, so we're doing black now, so it just lines up. Mana rocks, I think, are not as crucial as I maybe have thought they were with this, but, I mean, playing it turn 3 is better than probably most of the things your deck is going to do, so it probably makes sense to at least sometimes try it. Buried Treasure. The Discover 5, I think, is pretty solid in anything that isn't, like, counterspell heavy or whatever. Getting the spell for free is really the big thing. I mean, it does technically put it to your hand if you don't cast it, but I don't know. I just like it. Torment is maybe better in Liliana, where all your swamps tap for 4 or whatever. You assuming you get to that point. But I'm willing to try this. I think Turgid also likes this card. I'm kind of half and half. It is a really large mana sink. It's a one and done deal. I don't know. We'll see. Think that's about it. Oh, Thought Distortion. It's in here. I don't believe this card is good, but when it is good, you feel like it's the best card in your deck, and I'm just gonna play it to confirm my bias that you probably should never actually play it. I crafted Damnation finally, so here's a place for it. I do want to put Valgavoth in here, but for now, I don't know. It's more interesting than an Eldrazi, especially like in mono black, but it's not as good as Griselbrand, and I don't think I want to run Valgavoth quite yet. But we'll see. Necro Dominance is another one that I don't believe I own. No, I don't own it, but it could probably come in here, though Davriel does like critical mass, or it can have critical mass, so it's okay to maybe not have a maximum hand size and not like skip your draw step every other game when you have all of these. And yeah, we have good Dark Ritual hits. Another one that I've seen a few times off of Dark Ritual is this card. Not the best thing to do with Dark Ritual, but it's just another thing that's okay, and probably with Dark Ritual can just win. So, like Nashi or whatever. So we're going to try that, and yep, let's see what happens. No complaining. Complaining band. What was I playing? What was I playing before? I don't remember. Tergrid is very good in multiplayer, and I think that's why it's really expensive. It's like a $40 card, but one-on-one, I don't know if I like Tergrid. They put Tergrid in a higher bracket at some point, and maybe at that point it was scary, but I don't know anymore. Also, this is Ketramos. I've played against a lot of Davriel, and I didn't think Davriel players had to deal with Ketramos, but alright, apparently they do. That doesn't count as complaining. I wasn't complaining. Bloop. Is this a sorcery? It is. Tragic. Oh no, I only have one black. Oh! Oh! No! No! We're literally put to the test in the first game. We drew 3 of our colorless cards. Oh, we're put to the test. Do I have a removal spell? I do. Life is good. Life is back to being moderately okay. It's alright. It's alright. Oh, please draw a swamp. Don't make me take out this cavern. Or this reliquary. Or this radiant fountain. No! No, come on. Names, it literally doesn't matter. And then pass. My opponent did not cast their commander? I guess they couldn't. Okay. Not that it would really do anything. Alright, opponent. We're both, Alright, they found one. Please just play Ketramos. No! Oh, oh no. Oh. They got rid of Swords to Plow. Alright, we're just done. We're done. We're done. Alright. So, yeah, we're just done. That probably won't happen again. That can't happen again. I don't think that's gonna happen again. There are, like, I think that was all the colorless lands in the deck. So I'm gonna not we're not doing anything about that. We're not changing anything. We drew literally all 3 colorless cards in our deck. We didn't even draw a Mana Rock. A Mana Rock would have just fixed the colors too, as colorless spells. Like we actually we had more than just swamps to draw. No early creation. Scarab God though? Okay. Yeah, you can play mono. You can play fetch lands. You have the Seek lands. That wouldn't have changed a fundamental thing about what just happened to us, but you can do that. Yeah, we're gonna play this maybe. Are they gonna Tails End it, or... Okay, well we can kill that, so I assume there's like a 3-mana removal spell? They also didn't hit me in the face. Oh. I did add Urborg. Alright. Do I need my commander to resolve? Not particularly. The only thing I lose to is Mana Drain. I think I beat other counterspells. Yeah. Oh, they don't have them. Alright. So, we got the first good one that we could just lose... No, we just do that. That actually has no downside. So we got essentially perfect... Essentially perfect. Let's lead with this. Whoa! Alright, my opponent's hand is all like that. That's kind of problematic. Let's plus. So they have 2 extra turns to cycle through, which they do instantly. They don't have another land in hand, or I mean, they didn't. Oh, did they? Was I not? I'm not sure. Alright, they drew runner lands into Breach. Okay, well, that's incredibly good. I didn't even see Gristlebrand. Okay, well, far from me to do anything about anything, I guess. Whenever... Wait, if you... Okay. They milled my Gristlebrand. Excellent. I think we'll do that one. Sure. I don't think I can win now. I'm not really sure what winning even looks like. I will swing here. They gain life. No, I can't swing then. That doesn't even accomplish anything, right? No, it really doesn't. So, this is free. We'll do this here. I don't want to get rid of my creature. Okay. That's odd. Seemed a little strange of a time to do that. Let's do this. I don't have to collect evidence, right? Is my opponent actually going to go down to 4? That seems really not good. Okay, I didn't think so. They still drew 7, which leaves us 2 problems here. And then I play Creation, and I suppose Transformer. I don't think Fatal Push is doing anything. I can put anything I want to my hand. Thought Distortion is weird. Alright, you know what? Just out of spite. We don't have Gristlebrand anymore, right? Nope. Could have got Reanimate, technically. Alright, that discounts the ability of their commander. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Okay. I lost the thought distortion. Funny. Alright, so we still have a big discount. Go blank is funny. Let's start with a deal, though. Okay, another really, really good deal. At least I would say so. Is Liliana better than... Yeah, it is, because I want to cast Go Blank. Alright, they lost their graveyard, but they can reanimate mine. And I'm not sure if I'm winning against the second iteration of that happening. Let's take odd and even. No, so take damage. Oh, wait a minute. Liliana, I forgot. Chat, I forgot. I forgot. We can pick it up. We can just pick it up. Alright, it's in my hand. My opponent can't steal it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, uh-huh, uh-huh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, alright. Interesting, interesting. Oh! Me and Davriel, I think we're mending our relationship right now. Davriel's doing alright for me right now. Alright, another deal? Hmm? Oh. Alright, do that one. That one. I know I could have played Gristlebrand, and it was probably right to do that, but Davriel's been treating me well enough that I don't feel like I have to, so... Alright, surely the next card we take off of Creation won't go away, and I'll get Professor Onyx. Come on! That's 3 turns in a row. That's 3 turns in a row. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so I suppose Gristlebrand is just the right thing to do this time. So 4, 5, 6. Do I not have a... Ah, man. Yeah, the Rhystic Study is honestly really annoying. My opponent's running out of cards. It's probably always right to start with the deal, so we're going to start with a deal. Drawing a card and gaining life is nice. And there you go. And yeah, I mean, okay. It is what it is, I guess. More mana, more better. I will play... Yeah, we'll play Key to the Arc... No, I don't want my opponent to draw a card. Just full stop. Alright, surely the 4th creation will resolve and we'll get Liliana Dreadhorde General. I'm sure of it this time. Alright, there's nothing to reanimate, so it doesn't really do that much here. It mills 2 lands. Nice. Without creatures, playing Scarab God is not, like, super enticing. Although they didn't when they had the option, so there's probably a counterspell or something. Looks like there is one. Let's actually draw. Yeah, we can do that. Why not? I'd rather have Breach counter than any other card. Right? Although, giving my opponent creatures in the graveyard is probably very stupid. So let's lead with this. Probably get rid of Breach, because I don't believe this is a game where I can cast it. Okay. They bounced the Creation and not Davriel. To me, that seems a little incredibly incorrect, but I have a Griselbrand now. And I already played my land, so we can just pass the turn. Does this kill stuff? Not really. Mills 2 lands again. Is this a zombie? It is not a zombie. I will swing at it to probably start my turn. Remember, we gain infinite life here, so however much we draw is how much we gain. We could two-shot our opponent. I really think it's worth it to do this. I mean, I'm just so incredibly far ahead that, like, I don't even need Davriel to live. It's just like, this is fine. I could perpetually make this a 2-2, but where is that really going? Oh man, I did the deal wrong. Okay, none of these are good. That's free. I think I will draw. I'm not sure my opponent even has an out anymore. I'd be hard-pressed to see myself lose this game. Losing Davriel doesn't matter to me. Let's do this. Let's vomit out whatever we want, because we have infinite Rhystic Study mana. Oh, there is a counterspell. Alright. They can reanimate that card. They don't discard anything problematic. I suppose I can cast this and then cast... No, that's not a good idea. I want to pick that up so they can't get it, so let's pick it up with Liliana. There is no black mana for the opponent. They can't activate Scarab God. Okay, I didn't mill any nonsense. Big. If I play these, they're counter target spell. This pays 1 for each card in your graveyard. Okay. Can't do that. I can... If my opponent gets this back, it really doesn't matter. So I'm just going to play more Mana Rocks. And then I'll pass. I really don't want to play Breach this game because my opponent... Oh, they had black mana. Oh, I'm sorry. They just had black mana. Alright, never mind. Yeah, we don't want to play that. We just do not want to play Breach. I don't want to give my opponent Breach. Looks like we get to keep Davriel. Okay, our opponent gets Gristlebrand. Oh, that's so annoying. I think I'm going to draw twice. No, we could probably just draw once because we drew exactly what we drew. Actually, I can just look for Reliquary? Unless I got it milled already. I did. Oh, man. Why? Alright. One more time? We can genuinely do it one more time, I think. Although I have everything I want, so I don't feel really sold on that being worthwhile. Alright, so we have an answer to the board. And this exiles the creature, right? Yeah, it does, so they can't get two. But they're going to want to do it now probably anyways. I would assume. We'll spin a random deal. I think this is the best Davriel we'll get. Just spin something. I don't know what it looks like, but it's certainly something. Return a random creature with the highest mana value. I could force my opponent to react to this. And that's probably a good idea. So I will. And this doesn't matter. And this doesn't matter. I'll do that one. Because it doesn't matter. Yeah, I just want them to do it now. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So we're going to... We already played our land. Okay, let's play... Torment? It doesn't even feel like it does anything. Shieldred? Again, doesn't really feel like it does that much. I guess I will play it. It resolved. It resolved. Okay, so... Does this kill you? Nope. Can I do any more damage? Torment does not do anything when they have this many cards. Make a 6/6. I do want to play this again. Alright, keep 7. 1, 2, 3. Alright, they go to 1. I have lethal with this thing again. There are no creatures in my graveyard. I think there's one in theirs. Okay. How do they gain life? Alright, there's a board wipe that I can't do anything about. What did they just do? They did not make that a creature. They could have just made it a creature. They get rid of their own Gristlebrand. I mean, they can't activate it, so... When it enters, draw 2, discard 2. Okay. Yes! Get wrecked. Oh, get trampled. Yeah! Nice. What a cool game. So, they only had blue mana remaining. I believe they were looking for a way to not die to this, right? And, with only blue mana and no Cyclonic Rift, it's probably not going to happen. We beat every bounce spell in the game. We beat all of them, even the ones you don't normally see. This thing, and was it this as well? Yeah, they had all of them, which is weird, because with black cards, you don't have to run the bounce spells. You could just run board wipes. That's really nice. Yeah, we dealt with that. They had a double... They took 3 turns in a row early as well. They had a breach. Yeah, we were able to stop Scarab God from exiling anything really good. And we had some really, really good Davriel deals as well. So that definitely helped. And Rhystic Study here. Rhystic Study did not draw a single card. I don't know. People tell me this is good. I thought it was too, but after playing it the first week it came out, I don't think it's that good. In 4-player, it's excellent. Like, it's busted, but 1v1, awesome. Crazy game. Really nice. Oh, man. Oh, wow, that was the first game. Jeez. Oh, wait, was the second game? I think that was the second game we played. I can't remember the first one. Oh, the first one we only drew colorless cards, yeah. Speaking of colorless, can we beat Ujin without Davriel? I don't know. Can Ujin win if I just avoid all things? Do I blitz to... Well, the One Ring they can't deal with. Can't deal with the One Ring. I don't believe Fear of Ridicule gets me there. I don't know, I'm going to keep this. Ujin feels very, very, very difficult to beat. It just exiles my stuff. Wait, what? I feel like I would play this like later because of just like reasons. What does this do? Okay, you can discount artifacts, mana rock, but they don't have a 2-mana mana rock. I guess I'll take one of the mana rocks. I feel like Semblance Anvil at this point in the game is probably just like too late. Like, look at my opponent's hand. It doesn't look like it's that very friendly to it. So they do have a 1/1 that can harass Davriel, and there's nothing I can do about that. This has Menace. You want to win by winning by taking an extra turn? I'm not even sure what that means. That could mean a whole bunch of stuff. Win with an extra turn. Run all the extra turn cards? In the same deck, I guess? Anything blue? Expropriate? Do they sack the puppet? They should sack the puppet. They do not sack the puppet. They should have sacked it. Alright, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So any untapped Mana Source lets them cast Ujin. Which means it's probably a good investment to just get rid of this. Maybe not, though. Maybe keeping it around is okay. And I can play 2 threats, and they have to deal with both of them, and they can't off of a single top deck. So... oh no, I'm upset I have things to think about. Alright, I'm gonna just cash this in. My life total I don't think matters. That does kill Ujin, so we have that going for us. Win a game after taking an extra turn? Oh yeah, I mean, there's plenty of cards in the game that take an extra turn, so... that part, that's just easy. That's easy. I will play this, because if they don't do it, we have Fear of Ridicule, and if they do, this wasn't doing anything anyways, so I'll just play it. Like, you draw a land, this was gonna die, and it wasn't gonna do anything. I think that's fine. I don't think Buried Treasure is gonna change anything, so... alright. So, we have the answer to that right now. I think I can play this first. No, I cannot. I can, but it would have to high roll my deal. I don't think that's a good idea. I believe I can win with the One Ring, especially if Davriel gives me a good deal. Oh, that's another interesting one. Okay, it's not great, but it's not, like, bad. My opponent genuinely could have been hitting me for a few more damage this game, and have not been. Hopefully it doesn't cost them. Alright, Cityscape Leveler. That is a profoundly good draw. That is a really, really good draw, because it comes back. So, this thing... and minus. I did not draw anything relevant, so I'll do this. Is there a good creature in the group? Nope. Okay, everything here is problematic. Things are now problematic. They drew probably the only source of hasting damage that their entire deck has, which is really bad for us. They can kill both of these. They do! Wow, they actually kill both. Okay, I feel like I'm sending that face. I feel like I'm always sending this face here, but they didn't. Alright. I guess it was a good idea to play 2 Planeswalkers. Shoot. Ended up buying me a lot of life. Alright, so Davriel... I'm gonna need you to ideally give me the deal there. Let's find out. Oh, we got it. Alright, and then this, because it doesn't do anything. So we're in another position where 2 planeswalkers lets me keep one if they cast their commander. So I'll play this. I'm not sure my opponent knows that the puppet turns into a 1/1. I mean, they're an Ujin players, so I guess it doesn't surprise me, but it is kind of funny. They definitely do not give me the vibe of someone that knows that. Palantir. Okay, so I'm going to assume they're going to draw 2 cards a turn. But we'll see. Ooh, send in the puppet face still. I love it. We do get to punish the activation. It's rather significant as well, given the situation. They actually want to top deck mana sources for this, so I will mill. That would have been a good card for them. On the bright side, it doesn't actually kill me. Go blank. Alright, I'm glad I can remove my opponent's last card here. I'm going to cash in Davriel again. Discount is nice, and we don't care about that, so there we go. We have 11 cards in our hand. Oh no, is the Ujin player upset, chat? Oh. Oh no. Oh wait, they're back. Chat, they're back. Alright, it was actually a Winter Moon. Wow. It was a good idea not to play it when it's not useful. Wait, it's Winter Moon. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Explain to me. Explain to me. We could have ultimated Ujin immediately, but I didn't. We're not going to proliferate the One Ring. And we're going to pass a turn. Yep. How many cards do I discard? 2? Oh, easy enough. Alright, so the Ob Nixilis can ultimate, and then I just win. Or rather, it's a pretty good prospect. Yeah, I was about to say. Alright, so at first I wasn't sure if this was beatable as like a strategy, but I now realize there's actually removal in my deck that kills this, so it goes back to being beatable, because they're not going to drown me in, like, you know, colorless spammy stuff. We can get Davriel to do deals instantly as well, and alright. This is good. This is good therapy. So far, everything has been great. Winter Moon probably just shouldn't be in their deck. I don't think it should be in their deck. Although they did have a lot of wastes, so maybe they only drew 2 non-basics, but still, you shouldn't be playing Winter Moon. Like, if you're tapping even a single mana of yourself, I don't deem it worthy ever. And against Davriel, it's obviously a dead draw, but... No, it's tapping 1 land down, assuming they tap out every turn. That is instantly not worth it. Speaking of not worth it, I'll keep this. Alright, what do you got? Alright, they had Gilded Goose, and now they do not. That's pretty cool. Let's play Brinku. I can kill Redain, right? Yep. They do not play Redain. I feel like I would have. Okay. Actually, what am I talking about? No. Anything green is the best thing to do, so that's just not true. Pass. Maybe playing this was a good idea. Possibly a good idea. Okay, it was a good idea. Tragic. Does it have haste? Nope. Whenever you draw, gain life, and we'll lose 1 life from each creature. That feels like I'd probably lose less than 6 to that than losing 6 up front. Oh wait, we can play Winter Moon. I forgot. I forgot. We can play Winter Moon. This is a spirit dragon, which means it dies to... Oh, it doesn't! Okay, it dies to, Murderous Rider. No, it doesn't! Chat, what have I done? Oh, Redain. Redain, what are you doing? Redain, please. Wait, what? They could have just swung at it. Okay. They could have swung at it. It's also a drag. Oh, come on. It's a dragon. No. Okay, why didn't they swing? Am I confusing myself for some reason? I don't know why they didn't swing. Alright, well, we made a little bit of a little mistake. I wouldn't call it back-breaking. I would just call it maybe spine-snapping. Slightly different. Slightly different. Ooh, they blocked. Okay. Reading is powerful? Well... No. I only look at the card arts. Alright, I don't think Sheoldred's Edict is looking too pretty. I'm just gonna send it. Kill a giant ox with my Sheoldred's Edict. Alright, so we can play this, but then we have to deal with this. It's probably best to just do this. Alright, huge, huge. Play you. Oh, we had a reader. Unlike us, my opponent read a card. Alright, I can certainly beat that. Oh, wow. Really? Alright. Shouldn't you just play this? Why didn't they just play this? Oh, because it would just die. I see. It doesn't actually do anything. Alright, fair enough. It would literally just die. Oh, hey, I drew the best card in my deck. Do we draw the land? Oh. Alright, well, I guess we'll just settle for this. Alright, so they can play their commander? Does it have menace? Nope. I wonder if swinging even makes sense here, because I draw a card off the zombie. Okay. Nice. Look at that. Look at that. We did accidentally counter our own spell, but fortunately we didn't lose. Redain coming in hot again. One of the best cards ever. This card's it's got twice as much text on it than the average card, and I forgot this even was in play, so. Yeah. Alright, so we do want Winter Moon. Which means I'm rather interested in taking out the other stiff, like you, and probably this. Maybe that can stay, like that. And then what do we do for Winter Moon? I think Torment can go. Is it the Winter Moon? I'm lazy. Everything else has felt fine. I kind of want the Ghost Vacuum. Thought Distortion. Okay, for now I'm not going to. But Thought Distortion would be the spot for Ghost Vacuum. I don't know if this is too slow. It's on the edge. Liliana plus, Liliana minus, Liliana minus for sure. Alright, this gets a 4. Let's get rid of Alcatraz. I don't think it's particularly useful here in this matchup. They got rid of a Boreal Grazer. What does that mean? They're not playing their commander. Also, maybe a bit unorthodox to me. Not sure if I'm 100% on what they just did, but alright. Let's get rid of you. I'll cash in Davriel for sure. Can probably cast it later in the game. That's fine. Let's play 1 mana Sign in Blood. Because who doesn't like that? Creation is good. I'm gonna just send this, might as well. Ooh, Korda calling, opponent, tragic. Alright, we'll play this, because nothing feels scary anymore. Unless they top deck. I don't really even know, actually. Let's find out. Even a land, I think a land's like the best thing to draw, and certainly not good, so... they could actually just draw like Primeval Titan or something. Alright, they drew a fetch land, so they drew kind of like the best thing possible for the situation. I assume they're killing Liliana. Yeah, which means Ob Nixilis will has a pretty good chance of getting there. Let's, yeah, I'm dealing with the board. I don't really care about anything else. They need to crack a fetch land right now. Keep the other one. Oh, I don't have any instants. Alright, I guess I don't have to click anything. Alright. Alright, so that worked. We're going to plus 3 mana. Could set up a 1, 2, 3, 4. This probably is just the most generic thing I could cast right now, so I'll just cast that. Hawk does not have haste. Breach is probably really good, so... Okay. I'll just do a treasure token. And we will sweep the board. I have 5 left. So, Davriel. Yeah, I'll take another discount. And something that doesn't matter. The second discount, not as exciting, but I mean, it still does something. Okay, they manually tapped for that. What does that mean? They probably drew another land. Yeah, that's the only reason that makes sense, so they could leave the gates untapped. Alright, so we have the ultimate. This puts a serious clock on the opponent, and by serious I mean very serious. I will yet again cash in Davriel. Another discount? I think that I don't need another one. Let's just do life gain if that matters. Who knows? Maybe it does. Alright, so heisting here does eliminate certain draws out of the opponent's deck. Ooh, I almost did the wrong one. There we go. Oh, hey, it's Tooth and Nail. Alright, so wait a minute. I have Shieldred, I have Shieldred Griselbrand. Oh, that's pretty fun. Oh, never feel bad about completely annihilating a POC player. Never feel bad about that one. You just got totally, like, blasted through this whole game. It was just... Oh, man. Stole the tooth and nail. But yeah, we get the Shieldred Griselbrand, and then we can draw however much we want, and then we gain infinite life. Especially with the Davriel emblem, actually. We got the life gain one. We could have got a third discount, but, again, I don't think the third one is... Well, sometimes it's the only option, but here, you know, it's not really necessary ever. You know, at some point you need to actually draw cards, so gaining life helps you do that. Nice. Couples therapy is really working out between me and Davriel right now. Like, really, really, really well. Like, this is the best. Like, this is the best. Oh, hey, it's POC again. Alright. It can explode. It does have that capacity to explode. And I don't mean emotionally. That's a really cool sleeve. Ugh, oof. Yeah, now that's just really bad. Alright, well, Alright. Yeah, it's not like this is, I don't know. I did what I did. Alright, let's hope there's nothing on top of this. Otherwise it's probably lights out. Alright, well that one is not necessarily lights out. Not necessarily. Feel like this is probably... Oh, they didn't cast Pock. They just want more mana first. I don't know if that's good or bad. I can't tell. It's all basics. I can tap one of them. Hardly relevant, I don't think. Alright, hardly relevant, I do think. That one? Actually, I could have done the perpetual buff. Might have been better. Surely you cast Pock now, right? Whoa! Alright, is it Tooth and Nail? What is this? What's that 9 mana? What is this? What's that 9 mana? I don't think it's Primeval Titan. I highly doubt they're going to Lair of the Hydra me. Okay, chat. Just completely confused. I have no idea what Pock does at instant speed. That is not animate this. That's not Collected Company. I will cash this in, though. I don't... Because I don't know. I mean, is it the wolf? What's green? Summoning Trap? I have no idea. I have no idea. I can't even begin to guess. Let's name Horse, because that's funny. And then we play... my opponent was counting their mana. I don't really want to play anything super important. I don't want to play important cards here. So I'll just play these two. I don't want to play anything else. I already played my land drop. I don't have to... I mean, I have another one. Okay, so... I am confused. Maybe they were waiting for a window, but they had one last turn anyways. So, like, this is not doing anything new this turn that it didn't have last turn. So I'm still a little confused. Alright, so this must have been the idea. But infinite mana, they already had infinite mana. That didn't... I mean, they had 8 lands. This doesn't fundamentally change anything. Unless there's like a giant X spell or whatever. They already could cast everything in their deck. Nykthos is a legendary, isn't it? If you also have, like, Rishkar's expertise... Well, no, they didn't spend that. They had that mana floating. Okay. I was about to say, that would have also been really good here, but... Looks like that's not the case. I would not blow up my cavern. Opponent does not. But they can blow it up on my turn, actually. Probably merit in that. So I have to kill this. I can't kill it with my hand. Well, I can. Just ugly, so I'll get rid of the Bronco. It flips that thing. So that sets up a Gristlebrand Shieldred turn. Albeit rather slowly. Let's cast this thing. I guess I should have played my land second. Might have blown up Cavernous Souls. Rip. Winter Moon shuts down nothing really interesting or important. But do I even cast Winter Moon? What is it even doing? What is it actually doing? I don't even know. I think setting this up is like way more important. So we're gonna do that. A bit risky. I haven't seen Boseiju played yet. Alright, Ulamog. I have no Edict. I found an Edict. My opponent can cast Pock, and they probably should. You have to crack both of those? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you didn't. Not to cast the... What? Okay, well, I would have just cast this. Why wouldn't you put lethal in play? I don't understand. You just didn't put lethal in play? Why not? Weird. Very strange. Okay, so we do that, we do this. So it's lethal again. Have to deal with it. It's kind of sad that I'm not drawing... I like have infinite removal spells and I'm just not drawing them. Okay, gonna really want you to... Gonna really need you to draw something here. Because that would be nice. Well, I think that's that then. Alright, I mean, I'm not dead on board, but it's not looking too good. Can't play what? Wait, why couldn't I block that? Can't block with even mana values? Oh, come on. What kind of lethal is that? What is this? What kind of lethal is that? What? What is that? That is the first time that card has ever killed me. What kind of lethal is that? Alright. Fair enough. Ugh. What kind of... I didn't even know that was on the text of the card. I thought it was just you can't cast odd spells or whatever. I've never even seen the bottom part of the card before. What kind of lethal? Whatever. Also, they had it in hand, I think, to start, and they just, like, didn't cast it. Actually, did they? I don't know. Did they? What did they... They cast the 2 ramp spells and then that? I guess there was no reason to do that. So Balin just wants a bunch of sweepers, right? Did they need the mana for the Winnower? I don't know, I wasn't paying... I couldn't... I can't tell you. Couldn't tell you, alright. Probably get rid of this. Although Necropotence is a little sketchy. Ugh, especially in like a super slow Necropotence. Feels very sketchy. Okay. Wait, what? Yeah. Well, that's incredibly annoying. That's like super, super, super annoying. I can't, use my removal. Maybe that's okay, though. How do you just not do anything? Chat, I am confused. So we are going to play this, and I think we're going to plus it? No, that's dumb. Okay, it's not all that stupid, but it's not the greatest. It feels kind of dumb, though. Alright, looks like we don't have the option. Anointed Procession. Interesting. Definitely a discount. And... bruh. Alright. Not great there. Alright, so we're going to lose the Virtue, but fortunately this matchup doesn't need Virtue, so it doesn't really matter. Like, it's only my creatures that are probably really nice with it, and I don't have a lot of them. And it's probably a sweeper kind of matchup, so it's just, if I was ever going to lose something, it's probably the best thing to lose there. I mean, it also actually did something. I mean, it killed the target. It's not like it didn't do that. Alright, they're playing the slow game. I can respect it, but slow game token strategies, that is a bit of a nightmare. I will play this before I ultimate. I guess they're all ultimates. Before I do this. Hey, it worked out. And that doesn't matter. Sure. Go blank. Not great, not terrible. I actually thought they were going to keep the other card there, but they didn't. Counter target loyalty ability of a planeswalker. What is specific stifle? I don't expect them to keep that card. Okay, sure. Is that an instant? It's not. I don't see why they're not casting the other side right now. Okay. Pretty solid draw. I can lead with this, so I will. I would be rather blown away if my opponent got out of this. I will do nothing. I don't even know if they can beat Shieldred. I'm sure they can. I would probably need more than that, so... Looks like a sweeper is definitely going to be in the future here. They have a ton of food tokens, so I'm not killing them with damage anytime soon. Alright, I did like to see this, because now they're out of gas. That was a very fast attack. That was probably the fastest split attack I've ever seen. Well played. That was very quick. Thoroughly impressed. I could have saved Davriel, but I don't think I want to. I'd rather my opponent not draw from this. I'm just going to end up sweeping the board anyways. And I think I'm going to do it right now, so we're going to swing. There's no reason to take this damage. This is also a solid reanimate target, so maybe that's what I should do. Should I reanimate this? What else am I doing? Let's find out what else I'm potentially doing. Nothing. Alright, so reanimate it we do. They have a ton of food tokens. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But Shieldred really punishes the Balin cracking, or drawing off the food tokens. Should probably do it now. I don't think I would ever wait. But my opponent did wait. I am in no position to get killed by it. It's a bit of a blowout. Alright, we're passing. They floated a mana? Okay. Yeah, it's free. Alright, so they're down to 8, and then they go down to 6. The more I can force them to spend mana, the better. Toxic Deluge. Definitely going to do that for 4 here. We're going to play this first, because I can. I think I should do this for 4. It feels like a really good idea, so... There's a chance I probably should have just drew a card off Davriel and taken that while I had it, maybe would have been better. Not sure. But that's not what happened, so... Alright, don't like to see that. I probably would have flashed it back. Not sure if I would have just straight up only done this here. Yeah, we're going to just take it while we can get it. We're just going to draw like this. Sure. Okay. Spin. Winter Moon. Ooh. Okay, that's really, really good here. And pass. Yeah, if they flashed it back, they would actually have... Oh, no, I guess they wouldn't. Okay. So now it's really hard to spend min on food tokens and also do anything else. I shouldn't say really hard, but it's... You know what I mean. Create 2 tokens, humans get haste, sure. They're over-swinging in Davriel this time. They did not do that last time. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. There's no scary buff or anything, so I guess I just block one for free. They did not overswing at Davriel last time. They could be respecting the spell out of my hand. It's obvious I have something. Okay. And maybe not swinging with everything is also maybe a good idea. Wow, they didn't flash this back. That is probably crazy. Probably crazy. I believe I swing, because they, like, have to block. It does not seem like a good idea to take this damage to me, but my opponent says it is, so very well. They do go down to 3, though. And then they go up to 5 again. Oh, so many food tokens. So many food tokens, crazy. They didn't crack one. Ooh. Craterhoof mana online. No Craterhoof top deck. Yeah, I think my opponent was maybe okay if they invested more mana into the food tokens. I mean, it's a lot of damage a turn, especially with an unblockable 5/6, and then this draining for 2, and this draining for 2. So, like, we are racing them down, even with 14 foods, which is over 30 life, just sitting there. But they just, between Winter Moon and trying to defend themselves was really a real pain point. I gotta give it to them, though. They lasted a very long time. And this had the capacity, if it was able to be cast again, to draw a rather large amount of cards. Sheoldred probably completely shuts that down, though. Yeah, I would say Sheoldred probably shuts that down. So it wasn't really a great Davriel, honestly, at all. And honestly, one of those turns, I think I even used it wrong, but token strategies playing a long game, it's very hard. Very hard to do that. Very hard to do that. Like, if you don't win at a reasonable amount of time, you're probably going to get destroyed by actually a lot of things. If I had Rivers Rebuke in my deck, right, they just lose instantly and stuff. Like, there's a lot of colors with a lot of tools. Just killing creatures was enough, right? I could just ignore all the other things and I was fine. Another game where Thought Distortion is useless, by the way, if anyone's keeping track. So far, it would have only been useful in one game. We just didn't draw it in that game. This could maybe be a second one. Potentially. I don't know. It's kind of debatable, though. Okay. Okay, well, that is your average green opening, I guess. Funny enough, could still actually be worse. Yep. Alright, what do you got? You only have green mana in play. There is no black, and there's no blue. Alright, they found black. Found black. Let's attack the hand, or do we race to this? I'm gonna race to this. This is really only good now. It gets way worse as the game proceeds. Alright, this is a good time for Liliana, I think. Get rid of that thing. They probably get rid of the Sylvan thingy. No, they get rid of a land. They almost have Delirium, but this isn't animating into anything, so... Yeah, alright. Well, that was a Chrome Mox Flare. With a green creature to just simply sack to Flare, and you could have just Chrome Moxed your 7-drop, so... I know it's like your Yorick payoff, but like, you know, I think they were probably better off not doing that. They probably should have not done this and just like flared. I think they would have been better off, but alright. That's funny. They did think about it. My opponent was staring at their hand for a while. Like, they actually were just, like, looking at their cards. Alright, it's been 2 hours, and I started an hour late, so I can't keep going. It's been 2 hours. Ooh, we got a mythic. Tragic. I think I got all, like, the good cards from Dragonstorm. Everyone's, like, losing their minds over the Final Fantasy set, so... I guess... It's going to be Weeb Central for like a month when that comes out. Everyone's like so excited for every commander and all the stuff coming out of that. So, but okay, so this was really good. It was the best showing I've ever had of Davriel. So I suppose the commander deck list came out of the Final Fantasy. Everyone's excited. I actually haven't seen him. I haven't actually seen him yet, but okay, anyways, Davriel is just phenomenal when you get the right deal. However, Mono Black does not struggle with not playing this turn 3. And you can also just not get the best deal, and it was great. And I was in a very low stress environment playing this. I'm not gonna lie. I think we came, couples therapy put us in a good position. I had a very good time with this deck here. Actually, I think we only lost one game. Yeah, we only lost one game, and it was the first game and I drew all my colorless lands. So I was put to the test immediately to see how good this was, like how much I can fight off the urge to complain about something in any given game. But I didn't complain about that. Let it be known. So it was really good, and I don't feel like there are any inherently awful matchups. I thought maybe Ujin was a nightmare, but then upon further thought, it wasn't. And Blue-Black Control feels like a nightmare, but after more thought, it wasn't. So I'm not really sure what necessarily is good, like just really, like lopsidedly good against Mono Black Davriel kind of things. I'm not really sure. Maybe aggro, but we felt very prepared for aggro. I don't think I ever had a Dark Ritual game, which, I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. I think we've gone this far without complaining. I think I can go a little bit longer. But yeah, everything felt great. The Winter Moon, I don't think, it didn't start in here. I added it later. It did attack one player pretty efficiently, but it didn't go after too many players. Or I'd have to think about their mana bases, how often this would have been good. I feel as though this is probably 50-50 because there's 4 days in a row where I'm like, oh, this is great. And then the next 4 days, I'm like, they didn't do anything, even when I had it. So this is probably a 50-50 thing. I'm not really upset with that situation. Almost free for the monocolored decks, though. The top end felt great. I never felt like I was struggling to close any game out. At first, I thought Davriel would need a lot of help to close a game out. And Davriel is rather unique, I would say, in how it interacts with the cards you play, right? You discount your spells, which is like the best thing to do in the game, right? In the format. Mana ramping is the best thing, and the best deal involves discounting all of your cards, like Jet Medallion, which wasn't in here. Could have just been in here. What else? The card draw it provides is good. The life gain it provides is good. It feels like the Mono Black control-y, mid-rangey thing that feels bad to play if you don't like its -2, but if you can get over its -2, it's alright. The deals specifically, I don't think you can read them. No, you can't. The deals specifically are extremely lopsided, so I think either they should remove or change some of the really busted ones, or just remove the completely useless and dead ones that make no sense. Like you get a random 4/3 as a deal, like I don't even think it goes into play. I think it goes to your hands, like a Manor Golem, Man or something. It's a 3-mana 4/3, and you just poop one out. But then on the other side of things, in the same capacity, with the same ability, you can just randomly get a discount across your entire deck that discounts colorless and black mana, not just like colorless mana. It's really like borderline nonsensical of how lopsided the Davriel deals are. But I'm glad I played it again, because it doesn't feel like it's a tier 1 strategy, and it just feels good, and it plays a long game, and it can survive your opponent trying to have a short game, barring maybe like Mana Drain or something. Discard, I probably like the least. When it comes to actually discarding cards, like early discard spells, I'm not super big on doing that, but I gotta admit, this was a rather good advertisement for running early discard, because I hosed a couple people's early setup with a single discard spell, and when I'm talking about how the format ends on turn 3 a lot, early discard is like legacy level important, where you take their Doomsday and the game continues, where Doomsday is essentially Mana Drain or Dark Ritual in this format, or something like that. Utopia Sprawl could just completely annihilate someone's opening's hand if you just take it. Thought Distortion had a single game where it would have been good, but my opponent removed my ability to cast it because I put it under a Creation of Avacyn. I just lost it when they bounced the creation. So that was unfortunate. Necropotence doesn't draw, so you don't get Shieldred Davriel life gain, if that matters to you. Necrodominance you do, but your hand size goes to 5, and you can use it at a weird time. I don't know. But Necrodominance is probably better than this. But again, I think this said this in the beginning, on the other side of the day, that having a large hand is totally reasonable. So I don't know. I really don't know which one's better. Also, Nykthos could be in here. I don't think the early colorless is a problem. In fact, Cavernous Souls didn't have a lot of good... How many creatures? There's 7 creatures, and there are no creature overlaps. Creature type overlaps. So, if you're ever casting Gristlebrand, which half the time might be how it gets in play, you know, creation of Avacyn, discarding it, or what is it? What's that weird thing? Breach the Multiversing, reanimating it. But, you know, let's say you cast it in a hand, Davriel helps you, Mana Rocks help you. Cavernous Souls is probably just okay, right? I ended up taking out the land that turns all of your lands into mountains, because this actually only reads basic mountains, so turning the other... Oh, I said mountains. I'm used to Blood Moon. Swamps. So turning your other non-basics into swamps, this doesn't care about that. And it ended up just helping, I think, 2 opponents. Right? A small sample size, but it just never... You know, it never mattered, but if you're okay with that, then you could probably play that and Nykthos and stuff, and Jet Medallion, you know, right, like that. But you got to make room for new cards, right? Damnation. I mean, this is new to me. Yeah, the cards that have come out since I played this last, which, I actually have no idea when I played this last. It might have been 2 years ago. Are just really good. Mono Black, I think, is in a really good spot. Right now, this would probably be a powerhouse in Standard, like just a complete nightmare in Standard, where if ever there was a format that was just settled by something resolving, like I feel this could just turn a coin flip kind of game into a second coin, where like the deal just breaks Standard. So I guess it's glad it's not there, but I would say it's better than Liliana the Veil, because this is still bracket 5. Or it has been, and that puts Mono Black in a disadvantage, to a disadvantage, I think. I think you're better off playing a slightly weaker, according to Wizards. I don't even know about that with Davriel, but if that is the case, I don't think you should ever play Liliana the Veil. I don't think that... Same with this one. I think this one actually was Tier 1 last time I played it, bracket 5, a very long time ago, but... I highly doubt that changed. So, Davriel felt like it was in a good spot, even against Ketramos. That was the game where I got stuck with Colorless Mana and I couldn't play the game. But Ketramos can't exile too many things, because I don't have a lot of creatures, and there's not a lot of stuff that I would expect to exile Davriel, and you at least get a deal out of it every time you cast it, because they're not really going to counter it without, like, Mana Tithe, so... yeah, I think it's well positioned, and it's very fun to play. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Mono Black. Sweepers were excellent. If you start to fall behind, I said sweepers are not very prominent in this format, and I think that's, you know, I mean, it's only been a day, so I still think that's true. It's just, when you're playing Mono Black, if your opponent has, like, 2 or 3 creatures going on, and you're sitting there like, well... I can have a bunch of spot removal, but it is nice to sort of get card advantage. So let me 2-for-1 you a couple times. Killing 2 creatures with Damnation is, you know, pretty good. I think there's a couple... No, there was one token matchup where sweepers would have, you know, been extremely excellent. So, but yeah, I think there might have been 1 too many board wipes in here. I wasn't playing Blood in the Snow, and I'm picket fencing Snowlands, but Thought Distortion is the only card in here that probably shouldn't be in here. Only play it if you like it. If you don't care, if you don't care, you just copy a deck online or whatever, then, you know, by all means. But if you want, you know, better cards and whatnot, just take this out of your deck. I was running it here just to prove that I think it's just horrible, and I would agree here. Especially if I'm actually playing discard spells, I think it's even worse. So if I have counter spells, then I think it's impossible. You're just losing reasons to actually play it. I mean, we even have Go Blank. I'm so off of that card. I don't think it's ever been good, honestly. I don't think at any point in this format's history Thought Distortion was good. Maybe the first 2 months of it when everyone was doing primordial nonsense and the format was learning its own existence. But, yep, that's what I've got. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I shall now rotate and read this. Thematic details? It's the first big set of the new, like, illegal sets, right? That has nothing to do with Magic. That's standard legal? That is the first one. So it is a very, very, very good idea to do this one as the first one. I guess Jet Medallion. And I did say Nykthos. We did not have a ton of permanents in play at any one time, but we are colorless. I mean, we're a monocolor deck, so it's, you know, probably just free to slide one of those in. Bloop. Reliquary Tower never came up. There's a commander for each game? Oh, wow, that's crazy. I wish they did that with the 40k ones. Ah. And I don't think Games Workshop is going to let them make more 40k cards. Like, they can't even reprint the 40k cards they have. So they're only going to go up and up in value. So, like, because I love 40k. I mean, I have my 40k Chaos Knight army sitting right there. I love 40k. It's just like, man, I wish there was one for each Chaos God. It would have been perfect. It's 4. Tzeentch, Nurgle, what is it? Korn and Slaanesh. It would have been awesome. But they went with, like, pretty random stuff for the commanders. It felt like they were a little all over the place. You had, like, the Imperial one, and then, like, the Chaos one, and then, like, the Psyker one, and then whatever that other one or something. I was really... They're all really cool cards, though. I mean, I love all of it. I just really wish it had... we had more. I hope they get 40k again. 6, 7, 10, and 14. I only know 7 and 14. I don't know any other Final Fantasy. Unless it has interesting eldritch horror in it, because I love Lovecraftian stuff. Like that weird sphere. Like that boss that's like in... It looks like you're in the Garden of Heaven. It's like this beautiful place, but then there's just like this floating sphere with 2 colors, and it's like spinning. I'm like, why? Why is that? That's easily the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life, but alright. Like, why does that exist? It makes no sense. It's like, why is this eldritch, incomprehensible horror in the middle of my children's game? It's a 24-man boss in one of the expansions or something? Ozma. Yeah, that thing. What is that? Why? I don't. Maybe I kind of want to not know what it is, because that makes it scarier. Kind of want to not know. Actually, you know, Meathook Massacre was kind of hard to invest any reasonable amount of mana. Maybe that can come out. Yeah, this is hard to really invest mana in this, but it's still good. I did say there's too many sweepers. Maybe Crux of Fate can come out? A super boss ball, yeah. I feel like the raid isn't scary. I mean, it's not scary in the original or where it's from either. It's scary in concept. I wouldn't say it's scary visually. You know, they should do Gygus from Earthbound. You like break the capsule or whatever, the tank, and this vat comes out of it. Ugh. I can still hear the Gygus fight music in my head. It makes me so uncomfortable. I think Long Goodbye can come out. Grave Expectations could, actually. I think it's Long Goodbye. Everything else felt fine. Yeah, it was, well, see, it's good against like the early counterspell spammy decks, but I don't think it's the reason you won the game because you drew Long Goodbye. So between that and Meat Hook, Meat Hook isn't really good at 3 mana. It doesn't really feel good at 2 mana. Killing early mana dorks is great, but it doesn't do that. Not in time. It just doesn't feel right to get rid of that. So let's just drop as a removal spell, and I think this is the worst one. Okay. Alright. I'm done. That's it. I will see you guys next time. See you, chat. See you, people. We played green. Then we played red. No, we played red, then green, and black, so... maybe... blue and white. See, I don't want to play mono blue, but I haven't played Kaito. Yeah, the mono blue Kaito. I don't think I've played that one, but I kind of want to. That would be the one. I don't know what the white one would be. Someone said Elish Norn, but I don't think I want to do that.